On everyone, welcome back. This video, we're going to be going over September 1st MLB games. We have 14 of them because 2 of them were postponed yesterday due to insane rain over on the East Coast. And we had 1 doubleheader, which we're going to kick things off with. I guess top story news is the Mets' woes kind of continue. Their game was postponed, so I'm going to talk about it off the top. Their general manager was caught drinking and driving, so of course they just can't stay out of the news lately for negativity. Their season's kind of unraveling. Poor team. But I'm not going to spend too much time on it because we have 14 games to go over, and I want to rip through it. So first game of the day, we have Cardinals 5, Reds 4. So they're playing a doubleheader, and the Cardinals take game 1, which is exactly what they wanted. They need to get back in this race. A lot of runs were scored in this one early. Cardinals were at 2-0. Reds answer with 3 of their own in the bottom of the second. And then we see Cardinals tied up in the top of the third. Reds take the lead, and then top of the fourth, Cardinals take the lead for good. Goldschmidt led the way with 2 home runs in this one, up to 24 in the season. He has been hot. 2 hits, 3 RBIs, both of them coming off home runs off Wade Miley. Bader also hits his 10th. No home runs coming from the Red Sox. Wade Miley goes 4, 5 earned runs, giving up 3 home runs. So not a good outing for him. 12 hits, 3 home runs, and 1 walk, I guess, saved him. Mikolas on the other side goes 3, 4 earned runs, 3 Ks in the first side of the doubleheader. But the Reds answer back with 12 in the second to win 12-2, 7-inning game. Still, of course, Cardinals again out first, 1-0, but the Reds answered back and didn't look back this time. Put up 2 in the bottom of the first and then 7 more in the second. Castellanos leading the way in this one. He had 2 home runs, 6 RBIs in this game in a 7-inning game. Pretty good outing for him. He's up 26 on the season. We also have Farmer hitting his 13th and Suarez 24th, just piling on the runs in this one. The Reds did. After the game, Votto said, hey, this was European football. We would have won based off of the aggregates, how they play home and home, and they had more runs overall. Arenado hits his 27th and Edman hits 10th for the Cardinals, but that's all they could get. J.A. Happ doesn't get out of the second inning, doesn't even get an out in the second inning, going 7 earned runs, giving a couple of home runs, where Sonny Gray goes 5, 2 earned runs, 3 Ks in the win. And the Reds now have a half-game lead in the wild card race because they played 2 games there, and the Padres only played 1, so they are no longer tied for the wild card. Rockies 9, Rangers 5, wearing the Rockies hat because they laid the smack down on this one. They were actually down 5-0. And I assume that Freeland went out for that second inning, but I don't know what exactly happened. So if anyone has any idea, throw in the comments below. But Texas put up 5 in the second before they were up 5-0. And then the Rockies slowly chipped away at it. And going into the 9th, they were still down by 1. In that 9th inning, they did pile on 5 runs to take a 9-5 lead. And Texas was held at bay the rest of the way. Rogers hits his 11th home run of the season, 2 hit, 3 RBI night for him. He kind of led the way. And like I was saying, Freeland, he only went 1 inning pitch, 1 earned run. I don't think he went out there for the second. Doesn't make a lot of sense based on the box score. And Lawrence goes out. I don't know. He must have just had some little tweak, left the game early. Ari Hera on the other side, 3.1, 1 earned run, 3 Ks. It's hard to keep track of all these pitchers, what's going on. But Freeland, we know him. He's been around for a long time. So Diamondbacks 8. Padres 3. I don't even know what to say. The Reds had already played. The Padres needed to pick up a win. With a win, they would, move into the lead in the wild card race. But they lose to the Diamondbacks, who went out 6-0 in the 3rd inning. Padres brought it as close as 6-3 before Diamondbacks put up a couple extras. 5th coming off the bat of Van Meter, a 3-run shot in that 1 inning. But they can't look back. Grisham and Myers both had home runs for the Padres. 2 a little too late. Darvish goes 2.2, 5 earned runs, and 3 Ks. The wheels have just fallen off the tracks for these Padres, including Darvish. I don't know. Just falling apart. Weaver goes 6, 1 earned run, 3 Ks, and Arizona continues to show that they do have a pretty decent rotation if they didn't have so many injuries earlier in the season. might have been a different story for the team. Mariners 1, Astros 0. Mariners picking up 2 wins, shutting out the Astros in back-to-back games. Got to be pretty excited with how things went with there. Toro, again, the only one that gets an RBI for the team. He has been a big addition. I know there's a lot of concern on what the hell was going on with the trade, but Toro's seemed to be more important to the team than Graveman, down the stretch at least. Astros did get 9 hits. They out-hit the Mariners 9-3, but they did not score any runs. Gilbert goes 5, 0 runs, 4 Ks. Odorizzi goes 5, 1 runs, 7 Ks. And the Mariners are still in it. 2.5 games out of the wild card, I think. Still have to cop the A's down the stretch. They'll probably play a series or 2. So keep your eye on the Mariners. They are not out of it yet. Blue Jays 5, Orioles 4. So the Blue Jays at least take care of the Orioles and win the series 2-1. They're going to have a very, very important series coming up this weekend against the Oakland A's. If they don't win that, it's all but over at this point. They're still 4.5 games back in the wild card. Not over, but a long way to go. They kept themselves alive in this one. They were down 2-1 after 2. They put up a 3 spot to get a 4-2 lead, but immediately, Baltimore does not go away and slowly ties it up, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. No home runs for them, but they just generate some good runs. A couple plays the Jays made that allowed more runs to score throughout the game than needed. Some not great offensive or outfield defense, but they get it done in the bottom of the 8th. They put up 1 insurance run and shut them out in the 9th. Semien hits his 33rd of the season in that first inning off Matt Harvey, who goes 4 runs, giving up that 1 home run. And Matz goes 5 2 runs, 5 Ks. The Jays get out of it. They needed it. They're living life on the edge, that's for sure. Yankees 4, Angels 1. So the Yankees, after that huge winning streak, have gone on a little bit of a skid. But when you're on a little bit of a skid, you can count on your clutch players to get it done. Aaron Judge hits his 30th of the season in this game. 2 hits, RBI night for him. Outside Voit had a multi-hit, multi-RBI night. The Yankees were at 3-0 about halfway through before the Angels got on the board. But that's because they could not get to Gerrit Cole, who went 7, 1 run, and struck out 15. Just a monster outing for Gerrit Cole last night. Not on the other side, 3.23 runs, 2 Ks. Don't really know this guy. He's a new guy on the scene. But the Yankees basically keep the Angels at bay, and Chapman comes in for his 25th save of the season. Tigers 8, Athletics 6. So Athletics have just they've not been winning at a rate that they need to be if they're going to get in that wild card spot. They've fallen out now, and they got 2 teams right behind them in the Blue Jays and Mariners, so they're not the only ones left in the race. And they lose an important game here to the Tigers, who they just can't keep them off the score sheet. The A's were out 1-0 after the first, but the Tigers answered back. They exchanged 2 runs each in the 4th. The A's do put up 3 in the 5th, but that's all they're going to get offensively, and the Tigers just slowly chip away with 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and then 2 in the 7th to give them the lead, adding an insurance run in the 8th. And a lot of it's coming off the long ball. Cabrera hits his 15th, Baddoo his 11th, and Castro hits his 2nd. So we have 3 home runs coming out of the Tiger side, whereas Marte is the only guy for the A's hitting his 10th solo shot. Kepler goes 4 runs, 4 Ks, giving up a couple home runs in the bullpen. Doesn't get it done for the A's, whereas Peralta on the other side goes 4, 2 earned runs. We see Arena come in for relief and has a little bit of a struggle, but then the rest of the bullpen gets done for the Tigers. Soto picks up his 17th save of the season. Boston 3, Rays 2, and Boston needed this. They needed a big win off a big team here, and a couple things here. Boston was down 2-1 about halfway through. We see Vasquez pretty much carry the load for the team, a 3-hit multi-RBI night, including a solo shot in the 7th that tied it 2-2, and then Boston in the 9th takes the lead and doesn't look back. Wander Franco hits his 7th home run of the season off of Chris Sale. He had a 2-hit, 2 RBI night. He is now up to 32 games in a row where he's reached base. Chris Sale goes 6 2 runs, 3 Ks. Boston is ecstatic to have him back because any other pitcher on the mound last night probably wouldn't have salvaged a win in this series. Rasmussen goes 4, 1 earned run for the Rays, and they lost, but they pretty much have a good hold on the division. Indians 5, Royals 3. Not going to spend a lot of time on this game. Doesn't mean a whole lot. KC was out 3-0 before the Indians put up 3 of their own, 2 in the second, 1 in the seventh to tie it up and force extras. In the 11th, Indians put up 2, whereas the Royals could not answer. Motoresi hits his 5th of the season, and Chang for the Indians hits his 7th. Allen goes 6.22 earned runs, 3 Ks, and Kowar 6, 0 earned runs, 6 Ks. Both these guys not part of the rotation starting the season for these teams, but based on where they're at, they get their chances. And yeah, Cubs 3, Twins 0. Twins shut out, so only 2 hits on this night. The Cubs, Schwindler hits his 8th of the season, a 3-run shot. And that's all of the offense the Cubs even mustered. 2 hits themselves. Steele goes 4, 0 runs, 3 Ks. And Azulay comes in for the 4 innings of relief. I don't even know what's going on anymore. They kind of stopped playing real baseball at this point when both your teams are in this spot. Ryan for the Twins goes 5, 3 runs, 5 Ks. Again, another guy with a new name coming out there. White Sox 6, Pirates 3. White Sox are just piling them on. It was 5-1 after 5. They managed to hold the Pirates at bay. The Pirates did chip a couple runs in, and the White Sox put up one of their own. Sheets for the White Sox led the way. 2 hits, 4 RBIs, and by 2 hits, I meant 2 home runs. And Al Ford for the Pirates hits his as well. Kranick goes 4.24, 5 runs. Rondon goes 5, 1 runs, 5 Ks. A little short outing for him, 77 pitches. And only giving up 1, but a little bit of rest on a night like this is probably good for them. Getting to some of the key games, Brewers 5, Giants 2. And the Brewers have now won 3 straight against the Giants. And because the Dodgers won, the Giants are no longer first in the West. And it hurts, but it's probably been expected for the most part, by everybody, except a lot of Giants fans out there. Brewers were out 2-0 early, but the Giants did answer back this time. No home runs again. The Giants just have not been able to get the long ball going against the Brewers, which is a big part of their game. Brewers took the lead in the 7th, and then in the 9th, they add a couple more with Lorenzo Cain hitting his 7th in that 9th inning as well. Anderson goes 2, 0 and runs, 2 Ks. There's a bullpen style game for the Brewers. We see all their key guys coming in there, really, except Williams. Hader comes in and strikes out the side in the 9th, giving up 1 walk. Gosselin goes 5, 2 runs, 7 Ks. Good outing for him. He leaves with the no decision. Bullpen does not close the door. Dodgers 4, Braves 3. And yeah, Dodgers saw the opportunity there, and they took it. They were actually down 3-2 heading into the bottom of the 8th after Atlanta took the lead in the top side. Swanson, 26th home run of the season, was in that 8th inning, and in the inning before, Rosario hits his 8th. And then in the bottom of the 8th, the Dodgers get it done. They take the lead, they hold the lead, and then they are now leading the division. Muncy hits his 30th. Austin Bonds hits his 6th. Both of those coming off Fried, who went 6, 2 runs, 9 Ks. Good at it. Fried's looked decent as of late. And the Braves are in a good spot. Scherzer goes 6, 0 runs, 9 Ks. Scherzer has just been an amazing ad for the Dodgers. And there you have it. MLB last night, September 1st. We're in September. 30 days left. 29 now of baseball before the season is over. Some of those games, of course, last night don't matter too much. We're not going to talk a whole lot of them. But a lot of these games are just going to start mattering a great deal, especially when it comes to Dodgers and Giants battling for that division lead. We're going to have the Red Sox, A's, and Mariners all involved in that wild card. It's going to be fun the next few weeks. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it too. Let me know what you guys saw last night, etc., etc., and we will see you guys for the next video.